They say art imitates life, but in this case, is art a prophecy? Author Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a series of books over 100 years ago about a super rich kid named Barron Trump. One of the books is titled Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. The fantasy book tells the tale of a boy named Barron Trump, who of course makes his home in Castle Trump. The narrator of the story is a guy by the name of Don. The book supposedly tells the tale of Don, the Master of Masters, taking young Barron through a time-traveling portal to Russia. The last pamphlet written by Lockwood is entitled The Last President, which takes place in New York City and describes the chaos America faces after the election of an unlikely candidate.
The thing with Barron Trump, have you heard that?
Oh yeah,
like,
that's nuts too.
That's wild.
Find that one. That one's nuts too. That one's completely bizarre.
There's a series of books from like, I think it's the late 1800s or something.
Yeah.
About, yes, it's 1900 here, but it's like a person named Barron Trump goes on these adventures, gets a guy from Manhattan to be his like guide. It's very strange and very similar to like what.
See if you can find what the synopsis, like what connects it to Barron Trump. It seems real weird.
The book is called The Last President.
The Last President. That's kind of crazy. Because if shit hits the fan and the aliens land, he is the last president. An 1889 novel called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. It was written by Ingersoll Lockwood. He would go on to write another book called The Last President in 1900. This mystery which involves the Trump family, Nikola Tesla, time travel, and dark forces.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
In a castle called Castle Trump.
So he's follows the adventures of a young aristocrat named Barron Trump living in a castle named Castle Trump, which is fucking crazy. The character is described as intelligent, curious, and somewhat arrogant, guided by his mentor Don. Barron embarks on fantastical journeys, including one to discover a magical portal in Russia.
Let's move on now. Donald Trump's rare return to the Oval Office is not just reviving his political legacy, it is casting a spotlight on his youngest son, Barron Trump. At 18, Barron is stepping out from the shadows and into the public eye, sparking speculation about whether he is the true heir to the Trump empire.
Before you go, I've got to ask you about the growing fascination, affection for Barron Trump, Melania and Donald Trump's son. His popularity has absolutely skyrocketed. We've heard about the role he played in the campaign, the advice he gave his father about who to talk to, how to reach younger voters. There's talk of a dynasty emerging, Blink.
Absolutely. I think Barron Trump, Kai Trump, and these other younger Trumps really are the next generation and the future of the Republican Party. If they want to be involved in politics at all, of course, it's a blood sport, it's a contact sport. They might have other interests. But Barron Trump, I think he's still young. He's still finding himself. I went to NYU as well, just like Barron Trump. And if he can be so confident in such a liberal, woke environment, I think he's going to have a great life and career ahead of him.
Well, he was the breakout star of the inauguration festivities, so we'll watch to see what happens there. Link Lauren, thank you so much for your time this evening.
A very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him? Thank you. He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did. And Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right? Barron, they were all good. He understood the market.
In the frigid Washington air, as Donald Trump reclaims the presidency, a new Trump emerges from the shadows. Towering at an impressive 6 feet 9 inches, Barron stole the show at the inauguration. Dressed in a custom Pierce bespoke suit and cashmere overcoat, the NYU student's polished appearance turned heads. His choice of an American brand echoes his father's America First vision, solidifying his growing image as a figure to watch.
And then I have a very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Trump was all praise for his son at the inauguration ceremony.
He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one or that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did.
Behind his sophisticated exterior lies a strategic mind. Reports suggest Barron played a crucial role in his father's campaign, particularly in crafting messages for Generation Z voters. It was Barron's advice which prompted Trump to do podcasts during his election campaign. His understanding of young America's pulse proves invaluable in bridging the generational gap that often plagues conservative politics. Barron pumping his fist at a rally in Miami in July as he campaigned for his father. Barron spent much of his childhood at the Trump Tower in Manhattan, living there until his father was sworn in as the 45th president in early 2017. He was 5 feet 11 inches then, as seen in these images, walking with his father and mother. Now he is towering at 6 feet 9 inches. The boy who once lived in Trump Tower's gilded isolation now emerges as a potential heir to Donald Trump. His father's proud acknowledgement at the inauguration signals a carefully orchestrated entry into public life. Will he emerge as a new Trump power player, or is he simply enjoying the limelight? Well, one thing is certain, Americans are watching closely.
Online commentators applauded Barron, with this commentator saying, "There he goes, Barron Trump is loving the cheers, puts his hand up to his ear and eggs on the crowd to chant his name. What an amazing day for him." This commentator agreed, saying, "The moment everyone saw future President Barron Trump, thousands erupted. His aura is incredible." Barron Trump was largely kept out of the spotlight in his youth, but reappeared during his father's election campaign, where he played a pivotal role in Trump's victory by securing the youth vote. And in another shocking move that showed his good character, Barron Trump was captured graciously shaking hands with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. This commentator said, "Barron Trump shaking hands with Biden and Harris is a very classy act." Barron Trump also won over Republicans, with the auditorium of supporters cheering his name. And eagle-eyed viewers were quick to draw comparisons between the other superstar of the movement, Elon Musk, while they were seated beside each other. Elon Musk was characteristically silly, whilst Barron remained stoic in his behaviour. And commentators have even started making bold predictions for Barron's future career, with this person saying, "Barron Trump standing behind the president's podium," foreshadowing